This is Pod Populi, podcast for the people.
Welcome to the Real Pink Diaries, a podcast about the beautiful chaos of figuring it out as you go.
Hosted by three close friends, each episode creates a safe space for honest, unfiltered conversations about the in-between moments of adulthood.
From building businesses to setting boundaries, we're here for all of it. With humor, vulnerability, and heart, it's not always polished or perfect. It's the Real Pink Diaries.
Hello. Welcome back to the Real Pink Diaries. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. I cannot believe we're doing this today. It's happening, the chicken episode.
It's the chicken episode, and I feel very excited.
For those of you listening, Amy and Natalie, can you explain the smell in the studio here?
Oh, it smells delicious.
It does.
So you're going to explain how you cooked it, but with the barbecue sauce and the chicken grilled, it's just delicious. And I tasted it. It tastes really good. Great job.
You can eat another piece right now.
Sure.
It was definitely delicious. I took a piece as well, and I will say thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for cooking for us, because that takes time and effort. So thank you so much.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've used the grill in a minute.
So why are we doing the chicken episode? Yes,
really good music.
Yeah. So the chicken that's in front of you, it's just boneless chicken breast that I marinated in an Italian dressing for about 6 hours or 4 hours or something like that.
Okay.
I didn't brine it, and then I put it on the green egg. I don't know if I threw maple in there with it. I think I threw maple in there with it. And then lit it. I get it up to 125, put the chicken on there, and then it has to go to somewhere between 156 and 165 when it's done.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot into it.
But why are we doing the chicken episode, miss?
Okay, so we're doing the chicken episode. So welcome y'all to the chicken episode.
Yay!
What's the name? Episode title, Micro Chicken Habits. I want to know more.
Yeah, so I'm going to use chicken as a metaphor to talk about how you can make changes or do like intentional things with common mundane things in your life to create outsized changes. So I want to read some concepts here that relate to that, some quotes. Before we get into the chicken of it all. Breaking it down into baby steps or the smallest possible action is not too much. If you think about, I'm going to overhaul my life, I'm going to become a millionaire tomorrow. I mean, unless you get lucky with the lottery, which if you can, congratulations. But,
all possible.
It takes a lot of work. Or so the journey of 1,000 steps of 1,000 miles begins with one step, or, because we're in Dolly's, we're still in the Dolly consciousness. You're just one step away from paving a new path, or you're just one chicken away from the new thing.
This episode is not for vegans.
I acknowledge it. So I acknowledge the vegans and vegetarians. But about 2020, I had a health scare. I got my blood work back, and my triglycerides were really high. My cholesterol was really high. They've always kind of been elevated, but this was at like the level at which when you need to get on medicine or you need to lose a lot of weight, and you need to do it like now. So I joined Weight Watchers, and one of the things with Weight Watchers is that they have 0-point meals. And one of the
I don't get it either.
Can you explain really quick how that works?
Okay, so you don't count
Weight Watcher, what that is.
So if I were to open my phone,
first there is an app, right?
There's an app.
Do you have to pay anything for it?
You do have to pay for it.
And then you have to join a community?
You join, and you can go. My thing's not connected to the internet right now. So you can join just with the app, where you're just kind of like using the resources on the app, or you can actually go to meetings.
Okay.
And then you can go to meetings online virtually, or you can go to meetings in person. And I go to meetings in person because I like to.
It's like the Meetup app where there's like events and meetings and things like that, networking things okay.
Yeah, so cool. You talk about, there's actually 4 pillars of Weight Watchers. There's sleep, stress, what you eat, and I think exercise. So they kind of address a lot of different things in your life, and they talk about how to deal with it, like if you have this going on, how to manage like your diet and stuff like that. I usually used to go on Thursdays at 6:30, and they meet in the temple in Port St. Lucie. But they unfortunately canceled the meeting that I typically go to. And I keep on forgetting that I have to go at this different time. So I haven't been for the last 2 weeks. But
what do you get out of it?
What do you get when you get there? What do they talk about? What's the their dynamic?
Support, reacquaintance with your goals. They talk about what your struggles are, what you're going to do next week. You talk about, usually have like a little like presentation. And then from the presentation, you kind of can chime in with strategies. It's kind of like a mastermind in a way.
And it's like counting calories. Is that how they measure like
so with Weight Watchers?
Your intake?
So with Weight Watchers, you don't count calories, you count points. So they assign a point value to the thing. And depending on like if you're diabetic or if you're pregnant or if you're nursing or, you know, they have like an algorithm and they'll give you in what your goals are of like weight loss, kind of give you a number of points that you need to stay under. So the idea is that with the Weight Watchers, you track your food as best you can. You track your exercise and you can kind of tell where you're at. So if you exercise this amount, you'll get like a couple of points off.
Do you want points or do you not want points?
You want points.
You want points.
And you want to use, so you're allowed, you're provided with a daily allotment, but you're then also provided with like a number that floats throughout the week, like an additional like 30 or something. So some days you can use up higher, some days you can go less.
It's complicated.
It's easier than counting calories. It actually is easier. Yeah. But here's the deal. If you don't actually like eat the chicken, you won't lose weight. You actually have to eat to lose weight. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, you have to eat the right thing.
Keep your metabolism going.
You have to eat the right thing.
You have to eat the right thing and you have to eat. But anyways, so I had the health scare.
Right. And you join this community.
And there are certain foods that are 0 points. So you can eat as much as you want and they're 0 points.
So you want the 0 point food?
Yeah. You want to default as much as possible to the 0 point foods.
Got it.
So what you see in front of you is actually, I believe this might be a 0 point food. The chicken, it's a chicken breast, and the dressing that I used, which is not ideal, but the sauce is, the brand is usually Sweet Baby's Ray's, but the sugar-free one is Ray's something. It's a sweet, so it's a sugar-free barbecue sauce that's 0 points. After you eat a certain amount of tablespoons, it gets up to, it starts counting points at a certain point. But so this is technically, depending on the amount of barbecue sauce you put on it, is a 0 point meal.
Okay. All right.
So we're eating
I have a better idea now how that works. Okay.
So it's pretty delicious. So when I was doing this, I was like, barbecue chicken is 0 points. So then I was like, okay, my dad taught me how to grill. So then I kind of had this default barbecue chicken as one of my staples when I was going through this weight loss journey. So we got to backtrack. We got to go back in the day a little bit. So maybe when I was in middle school, my Uncle David and my dad started a competition barbecue team called the Arsonist, and they were doing it. Yeah, I love that. My Uncle David, who passed in, here I have the year, I forget. Yeah, 2022. He was a firefighter. Oh, wow. So the Arsonist was kind of a play on that. I think my Aunt Kathy actually came up with the name. So my dad had been doing barbecue for a while, he grilled. My aunt and uncle actually moved up to Savannah the year before a couple years before Amy and I went to school up there. Like my dad would come up and they did barbecue stuff in Savannah. Do you remember any of that, Amy?
I remember you leaving to go do it.
Well, they would do stuff. So they would do stuff at the Roundhouse where my uncle worked, and I think also for like one of the parties or maybe a graduation or something, they did some stuff for it.
So what did this event have in your life? Like, what did it create for you?
Okay. So anyways, so with the barbecue of it all, the whole goal was to eventually get to the Big Pig Jig. That was like their crown jewel, like the antithesis of like, we've made it if we get to the Big Pig Jig.
Is that a competition?
It's which is a competition in Vienna, or is it Cordial? I think it's Cordial.
Anyway.
Or the Vienna, Georgia. Their Chamber of Commerce puts on an event every year called the Big Pig Jig. And like its name, you grill a whole pig. So before my dad and uncle went to the Big Pig Jig and competed in a Big Pig Jig, my dad built a grill out of like barrels or something and screwed it together. And then my dad and uncle at my grandmother's 80th birthday grilled a whole pig.
Okay.
And then I saw this vertebrae on the ground, and it looked so human.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, I can't handle this. I don't think I can eat pork anymore.
Oh my God.
I don't think I could kill a pig. I think I can kill a chicken.
Oh my God,
I don't think I can kill anything.
Yeah, I
wouldn't.
can't do it. I mean,
If I
kudos
have
the
to
people
kill
who can.
anything, I won't eat it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
maybe
don't-
if I was hungry enough and I was like
guess
on
so.
an island, but
But
I don't know.
that reminds me so much of my childhood in Cuba because, as everybody probably know, Cuban food,
Yeah.
pork, it's just the main thing. And especially, because you don't eat it every day. You eat it very often in Cuba, but it's mainly like the holidays, you eat a lot of pork. So I remember growing up, and my dad, they used to like raise pigs, and they had them at this house, like looked like a farm, and a lot of people do that for business, like they raise the pigs and then they sell them.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I actually I witnessed some of
No.
the killings, and I was like, it is terrible. I would
it's not
never
good.
ever want to be again as that ever in my life. I mean, the way they scream.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. I
know.
can't.
It's just like
I mean, I love to live in my little bubble of
I
bullshit.
would never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I now I don't even want to eat pork. I mean,
Yeah.
my family still cook. It's very typical in my culture, but I feel like I like it much at all.
It's hard to say no to bacon, though. I get you, but
that's
bacon's
not-
hard.
That one is hard.
That's a hard one, but I totally understand. Like, if you have a personal experience with an animal, it's like it's very hard to not only get out of your head, but like to not associate that with your food at the end of the
And
day.
then let's talk about what they eat.
Here we go.
Well, maybe let's not go too far down that.
Right
Has
now,
your-
I want
has
to
your-
talk about it.
has
But
your-
you feed them.
Has your family ever roasted a whole hog? I heard that's like a Cuban thing
I
to
think
do.
they did in my earlier,
They like dig a
childhood.
hole, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
what I've
don't.
heard.
Yeah, they did that a lot. I don't know if it was exactly how the barbecue style that they do it here, but yeah, some kind of way.
I remember I was telling, I think for some reason I was talking to Ida.
Sorry, I can't keep a straight face. Okay, go.
I was talking to Ida about this at one of your parties, your mother-in-law, and she's like, "Oh, that's what we do." Like saying like that's a like Cuban
They
thing.
call la caja china, and I think it is very popular in Miami. You can actually buy it for the holidays.
Oh my
La
God.
caja china is like a box where they cook it inside the box or something with carbon. How you say carbon? I'm asking you too.
My dad,
Come
like,
on,
there's-
barbecue,
he's
I don't know.
gotta- I mean, when my dad does the pig jig, he's got to go buy a whole hog that's killed and like, I don't know if it's
Plain
frozen
or whatever.
Yeah, I mean butchered. But so anyway,
All right, so let's go back to chicken.
back to chicken. So
Bye-bye,
after
piggies.
after I saw the whole hog, when they were doing the whole hog, that was just too much to me. I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't handle it. So I still eat chicken. I have friends that are vegans. I have friends that are vegetarians. I wish I knew how to maintain a healthy vegan diet and get all my nutrients.
Me too. I really try to be vegan for a couple months, one time in my life.
How did that work? I want to hear more.
And I apologize if I didn't do it right because there's
It's
a lot
hard.
of people that are vegan, but for me it was a lot of work, extra work.
Well, it's also like you're learning a new way of finding your nutrition. So it's like how, like, they eat a lot of beans and
And you don't
I
want
don't
to
know.
eat cold salad every single meal.
I mean,
It
also
gets bored.
not only that, but that's a
Boring.
lot on your body, the way to process. Like,
yeah. So I like warm meals, at least for dinner or something.
I'm sure there are ways to make
Oh,
warm
they are,
meals
yeah.
that are vegan, but
I'm
we're
sure
not aware.
lentils, beans, and
Grilling-
use the oven a lot.
grilling
But
portobello
you have to you have
mushrooms.
to cook it, or you have to meal prep. You have to prep for it. I just maybe didn't do it right, but I wasn't able to keep it for too long.
I feel like you need like someone to mentor you through that process
Yes,
of transition.
I think so too.
Otherwise, how are you going to be successful
Yeah.
if you're just like winging it?
Because you have to eat your proteins. That's so important, right? And beyond anything else, you have to get your proteins, and that's the hardest part. And for me, it was learning about tofu or beans and how to like make delicious meals that you don't get tired of eating lettuce and tomatoes only, and or soups or stews or something. I mean,
I feel like you have to like be really good at flavor profiling.
Yes.
For like making
know
those
how to mix stuff.
Yeah, like the sauces that go on top of the bland food. Or sorry, I'm sure it's great. The
No, what I say, okay, if I can do vegan, at least I'll try to have a diet where I eat a good amount of plant-based.
I will
veggies.
say, I do get excited when I go to vegan restaurants because they know how to do it,
Yes,
and it
and it's
tastes
delicious.
amazing. Like whenever we go, I get so excited.
That's my dream, to have a chef one day
Yeah.
that cooks for me in my house.
A vegan meal.
Vegan meals, mostly.
I think that's specifically like B vitamins too. You either have to supplement if you're 100% plant-based.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things that there is a way to get it from the vegetarian diet, but again, I'm not the best at cooking. I know how to do chicken now, thanks to my dad.
Okay.
I can do chicken, but I can't do a whole vegan diet. But I do really enjoy all vegan and vegetarian recipes. Yeah. So anyways, I started grilling with my dad, kind of I had like a few staples go-throughs. Like one was like a salad with like this chicken on top of it. Another was like roasted veggies with the chicken, and just kind of those were my two main go-tos that kind of helped me with some other lifestyle changes get to a point where I made some progress.
With your health?
Yeah. So I want to talk, but I was like, I'm not good at cooking. And I'm also like a person that if I learn how to cook one thing, I will without complaint eat the same thing for like 2 weeks.
Oh God, I can't do
God.
that.
I can't do that.
So like I'm okay with like consistency, even though if it's kind of boring, but let me preface that with like, I do have a tendency of eating out like once or twice a week. So even if I'm eating the same thing all the time at home, I'll still have like a couple of meals that I'm getting out. Like I'll go and get a good salad. I'll go and get a salad someplace. I'll go and get this another place.
So it's not like a straight 2 weeks of
Eating the same thing.
Chicken, yeah, it's like this is like my main thing that I eat at home, that I know what I need to get like at the grocery store, so I don't have to think about it. But then like, every few days or every like 3 days or something, I'll be like, I'm gonna go get something from here.
That's my threshold, is like 3 meals of the same. I need to switch. What's your threshold?
I would say, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, I mean, some meals even like just one day is fine. Like,
I mean,
so
I
have
can
to do it again.
I can
next
go
day.
back to it after a break, but I need a break.
You need a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I also want to say that this is not like, do not listen to my like
Advice?
like about eating the same thing all the time. Like, yes. So I do break it up, but I had my one main thing. I'm not the best at cooking. If I have a list of things that I know I need to get to the grocery store that I can accomplish X, Y, or Z, that's what I do.
So when did you learn to cook chicken this way?
So actually, because of this, that's when I started grilling with my dad. That's when he showed me how to use the green egg.
The health scare that you had, and then you started to cook more chicken and more meals for yourself.
Yeah. So this is actually a good story. Up in Orlando, there's this outfitter's place, and they have a raffle for a green egg, which is kind of an expensive, like, ceramic grill.
Okay.
And my mom won the thing. So it was just sitting there.
It wasn't your destiny.
I guess so. My mom won it, so it was just sitting there. And then I'm like, well, I need to cook chicken. And the egg apparently is pretty easy. You just put the charcoal in there, you light it, you put some wood in there, and then you do some stuff. Yeah, I was grilling with the green egg, and I learned it because of this. My dad walked me through everything.
Is that why you love chicken and why we're even doing an episode about chicken? Because it really helped you to get into a healthier lifestyle, cooking meals, cooking the chicken, getting that protein in, combining it with like salads or stuff. That's how you usually eat it.
Yeah, it got me, like the focusing on the chicken,
which is getting your protein.
Yeah, helps.
What else? No pork, no beef, right?
No.
So we're in that with chicken.
I do eat fish and other things.
Here and there, yeah, me too.
But anyhow, so I want to talk about like the concept.
Hold on, I want to get back to this green egg. It looks like a dinosaur egg. It looks like this giant ass dinosaur egg because my neighbor has one, and I had no idea what this thing was. I'm like, okay, I guess he likes dinos. I had no idea it was a grill until you mentioned that your mom had this green egg grill thing. And I was like, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Natalie, this is the picture of the green egg. That's when I was like,
it's cute. But it doesn't like look like a typical grill.
Well, when you light it, there's charcoal in it. So it's a charcoal grill, but
charcoal. That was carbon is charcoal.
Yeah. So there's like a charcoal like base in it, but at the bottom here, you control it by, there's like a thing that down here that controls the intake and outtake of the hair, and the top controls how much like smoke comes out of it. So it's kind of like an oven.
Okay,
very cool.
Think about it.
All right,
and then so for me, the focusing on the like one thing, like this is my one thing I'm going to do and I'm just going to keep on doing it. And I would grill like a whole haul of chicken and then I would put it in the food saver bags like you were using for the breast milk. I was you were doing breast milk and at the same time I was freezing a ton of it. I would label it like the date because I know you can, after a certain time, things can go bad in the fridge.
Cooked or
yeah, it was
seasoned?
cooked. Yeah, I would kind of cut it up.
You cook it and then you will cook it and freeze it after.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Well, like it would kind of be like this, like those little tiny pieces that you cut up there that you're not going to eat because it's not happy chicken. I would freeze it and then I would have about a good portion size that I could heat up and eat at any time. So I just had like loads. You had loads of breast milk in your deep freeze. I had loads of chicken in the little baggies, and they were so. I mean, those food saver bags. Have you y'all ever tried those food saver bags?
It has like a special
what
vacuum that goes with it, right?
Yeah. Well, remember we did that in Savannah. Your mom would come up and cook food, and we would use a food saver.
Silicone or plastic?
I don't remember that.
It's like a plastic. You use. It's the same
It's
thing.
like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, well, it's like the same thing you use for the
but you
breast
like
milk.
suck out all the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. It just encapsulates it all good. So y'all, I suggest if you're trying to, you can save some money by doing this. Cook some meals in advance, put them in the fridge, or use the Ziploc bags and freeze it up. But anyways, I want to talk about how my chicken, like the concept behind the chicken. Because I don't know a lot, because I'm not the best with cooking, because it feels overwhelming. Eating the same thing all the time, which again, do not listen to my advice, but the idea that doing one thing and one thing intentionally allows for less time, less effort. It's easier. I didn't have to make a decision. My default was chicken. It was easier to transition the default or the thing that you're doing intentionally into a habit if it's like something small. Like my small thing was chicken.
And then you can be consistent at it, and then you have kind of gained some trust in you, and like you can do these, and it becomes a habit, and then small steps just create bigger steps.
Yes, chicken, millionaire.
You ate chicken every single day, or
not every day?
Do you have when you didn't eat chicken? What do you eat?
Chicken.
Oh my God.
You have to understand. Like I've always.
What do you eat? What is your to go like during the week that you cook at home? You do meal prep on the weekend.
Yeah,
right?
well, we'll do like we will do a lot of chicken. I'm not gonna lie, chicken is a staple
all
also.
of us,
yeah, but I also do like ground turkey.
Yeah.
I do that.
We
like,
do
and I'll
that
make
too.
them into meatballs or patties or something like that. And then we do shrimp or I haven't done fish in a while, actually, now that I think about it. I should get back into that.
Now you're in.
I think turkey and chicken is the proteins that now we've been eating more beef because we buy from this local farmer.
Oh, we'll get into that. I can't wait to get into this topic.
So it's 100% grass fed.
Do you buy a whole cow?
No, we just buy whatever, like the steak.
Who buys a whole cow?
Who buys that?
A lot of people buy a whole cow.
Whole cow.
For what do they do with it?
They butcher it. And they
No.
put it in-
I don't want to know about that.
Like
They
you
buy
buy and you butcher it, and then
No,
that's like
not fun.
That's why you go to a butcher. You don't have to butcher it.
who has time for that?
Or
Okay,
how
so
do you
let's
know?
say-
I don't wanna-
Hold on.
Let's say you go to the fair, you buy a whole cow. You buy the whole
Go to
cow.
a fair?
There are first or sell that the sell.
We're not in the same land as you.
There's the South Florida Fair. This is way bigger in Palm Beach County than it is where I live.
Sheltered.
Yeah, I've gone, but just to take Ethan and give him lettuce. But
You didn't go through like the displays, like the agricultural displays at the
no,
fair?
I don't.
We're totally missing the point of the fair. Look at her face.
This is what you do at the fair. You go through the agricultural displays. There'll be like all the 4-H things where the kids are doing their 4-H.
4-H.
They're doing their bunnies, they're doing their pigs, and they do the cows. And they'll have cows at the fair that you can buy. But not only that at the fair.
But who
but
buys that? Who knows how to butcher? Do you
you
just
have a
bring it
butcher?
to your butcher?
No, they'll deliver it to a butcher. The butcher takes care of it
Oh,
all.
thank God. Okay. I
No,
thought
but
like
you
these people
buy-
are bringing it home and butchering it at their houses.
No one but there's like license and certifications.
Right?
that go
Okay.
with it.
I misunderstood what we were talking about earlier then.
So, but you can buy a whole cow, and then you can have that in your deep freeze, and that will.
No,
it's
but
such
why would you want a whole cow? I only eat a part of it.
I can't, and we're talking about like eating the same thing over and over. If I had a whole cow, there would be no other options because that's where we got to get that out of the fridge at some point. Like what? Like I can't. But
I think you eat it over a year or so.
I will say my husband's going to be so upset that like he was in for. So he's going to be so upset that I didn't understand the point of the South Florida Fair.
Yeah, I mean that's normal. Like it's a. Okay, well, When
We'll
we
come
have
back
your
to that.
husband on, we'll talk about food. But anyway, so like you can, yeah, I don't know. So look, back to the concept of the chicken. The thing is that if you do something in your everyday life, something with intention, something that's super small, and do it, and because it's super small, or you do what I did was to prep the whole damn chicken and prep all the chicken and keep it in your fridge or freezer, then you can make those small little choices and you make it as easy and simply as you can. What have y'all ever made like a small choice? Like,
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, yes, I've done small changes and I've been consistent at it, and that creates a habit, healthy habit or good habits that build on something bigger. And meal prepping or what you're doing is definitely, it's easier to go eat something that is already made in your fridge that not, and then you're in a rush and you end up eating out or not eating the right thing. But that definitely helps.
So I would like to ask another question, Amy.
Tell me more.
Do you guys have a favorite way to eat chicken, and how you eat chicken relate to your life goals?
I don't know if I have that exact answer, but I will say how we like to eat chicken. We do love brining. My favorite food of anything is anything on a grill that involves fire, or even like putting it in the fire, like anything with fire and that like crispy
smoky
charcoal.
Yeah.
What was it? Carbone. Anything with carbone is great in my life, and I love it. And I know there's like carcinogens in that or whatever. It's not the best for you, but it's so tasty. How that relates to my life. Sometimes my life is on fire, but I enjoy it.
For me, chicken, how we cook chicken. We don't have a grill, and I do love things made on a grill. So I think in our new house, we're going to make that a goal. But how we cook it now, I do chicken nuggets for my son. He loves them. I like to just put some egg and flour and just healthy ingredients.
I'm sorry, hold on. You make the chicken nuggets?
Yes.
Tell me more.
Very easy. No, it's not a dino nuggets, whatever we're talking about. But so I buy this chicken from the local farmer.
The chicken from the local farmer. Let's get into this.
Ground chicken breast.
Okay.
And then I just mix it with garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and lemon. And then I create on the side the flour, which I use either almond flour in combination with coconut flour. We try to be gluten-free. But also we use spelt flour, which is one of the healthier. It has gluten, but it hasn't been genetically modified.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't.
So spelt flour it gives you that same crunch as the regular flour.
I want to come over when you make these.
Yeah. So you grab with a spoon. I just grab that mixture that I have, the chicken breast ground with all the seasoning, and I put it on the flour. I just make a little balls with my hands with the flour, put it in the pan with olive oil, and it's like a little burger, crunchy, but with that crust of the flour. My son loves it.
Okay, wait. I want to ask a question now. Why did you transition to your local butcher? Continue that story.
Let's talk about happy and not happy chickens. You're gonna hate me for this, but
yeah, no, we got to get into it. We got to get into
it. Science, how you say, proven science.
Okay, tell me more.
Not happy chickens, which is how industrially the chicken is farmed, so they don't see the sunlight ever. They live like in a very small space. They don't see the sunlight ever. It's a very sad life.
The non-happy chickens.
Not only, and then you have the antibiotics and all the bacteria and salmonella and all the stuff that eventually gets in you once you eat the chicken, the not happy chicken, right? Not organic chicken.
Oh my goodness.
So, and I want to read this, and you're gonna hate me for this because this is
you find it, but I will say. I do think you find that.
Yeah.
But I do think there are healthy ways to farm it and non-healthy ways to farm it. But I do wonder, like, there are always these people that tell you, like, organic is BS, this and that.
It's
and I'm
not.
like,
To my
is
opinion,
it or
not.
isn't it? It's like, I want to visit these farms. I want to see this.
One thing is organic, and the other thing is free-range pasteurized, which the regulations are so messed up on that with organic, I mean, you have to read the ingredients. There's a lot of greenwash, I think they call it out there. They say, oh, it's organic, whatever. When you look at the ingredients, they are BS.
Okay, so there are products.
Oil, you have gums, you have preservatives, you have all this junk in your food. It's organic, but what's the point if the ingredients are junk?
Okay.
So chicken is similar. To be honest, probably we should not be eating chicken
as much as we do, yeah.
Because there's not really a perfect option out there. The one you buy at the store is not, they're most of them not happy chickens and full of antibiotics, preservatives. chlorine. You're eating a lot of chlorine. Costco chicken. Which we ate for the longest.
I love Costco chicken. I'm not gonna lie.
It says organic in green, huge on the label, on the thing.
Yeah.
And then it has chlorine. So you're eating chlorine with the chicken, which is not great. And then it's
great,
not
though.
free range pasteurized. And anyhow, we switched for the local farmer because they are happier chickens. Still they eat grains, which is not ideal because you want them to eat like Meghan Markle.
Her natural
her chickens, lettuce, salad, tomatoes, carrots, right?
Like, I wish I was a Meghan Markle chicken. Like, I would love that diet.
So spoiled, me too. And I mean, she opened those eggs. They are like gorgeous. That color of the yolk was like the vibrant orange color. I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. That's how you know it's a good chicken, happy chicken. Anyhow, so the local farmers, which we buy the chicken from, they use grains. They feed the chickens with grain, but they are in a free range. They run, they see the sunlight, they are not injected with antibiotics or any of these things. And they don't feed them grains that have soy, which is another GMO issue. And that's why we transitioned to that. But I want to read this thing and you're going to hate me for this.
You read it.
I am the woo-woo person in here, but this is what. In short, eating animals raised in stress, not happy chickens, introduces biochemical, microbial, and energetic stress into your own system. So in short is that all the stress that they suffer, pretty much the not happiness that they go through, it gets in their DNA, and also you eat it because you're eating the meat. So you're eating that. So people have a lot of panic attacks, anxiety, and all of that is part of the chicken.
I mean, I do believe the energy you consume definitely does affect you.
Yeah.
I would love to see if there's like a science study on that. Like I would devour whatever study that was.
You should listen to Dr. Zach Bosch.
I'm disappointed you didn't say Dr. Joe Dispenza.
I know
That's so
he's
funny.
not.
That's a different specialty.
Before we talked about this chicken episode, I actually met a chicken farmer. I feel like I had to get to a certain point for us to even have a chicken episode. I were to say let's have a chicken farmer on, you would have been like, no.
Well, no, I'm kind of I would love to talk to a chicken farmer. Like, do they need the antibiotics? What do they need? What don't they need? What are the conditions that are ideal versus like what is necessary? You know, like I want to know. Yes. I want to know what's the real story versus like the marketing that has been placed on us to feed. Like, what is the real deal?
Well, really, if you want to eat perfectly healthy chicken and spoiled chickens, you probably have to raise them yourself.
And yeah, at that point they'll all have names, and I can't do that.
Just eat the eggs. You don't have to. Don't eat the meat.
I don't know if you can do chicken with 4-H. I know it's bunnies, I know it's pigs. I thought it was cattle. We'll find out. We're going to go more down this. I feel like we have more to learn about this agricultural.
I do think like I need to make friends with people who have chickens so I could get the eggs. And like I will pay for it always.
You can also go to the green market.
You in this green market. Okay.
On Sundays. Wonderful in Palm Beach Gardens.
I also want to say that just do the best you can.
By the way, BioFarms is the name of the local farm that I get the meat from. So
BioFarm.
B as in boy, BioFarms.
Just do the best you can. If you don't have the capacity to get the happy chicken and you just get the chicken from Publix, if that's the best you can do.
Better than going to, Chick-fil-A or McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the best you can do. I was thinking about it for a while. Okay, even if I buy something that's in a frozen container, but I've looked at the ingredients and there's nothing crazy on there, and I cook that at home, that's better than like if I were to go to like, a fast food. And I also save money with doing that. Or if you can cook it at home, even if you're not a really good cook like me, well, I mean, apparently I'm a good barbecue person. You can. I mean, maybe I'm not a real good,
really good,
but then you can just do the best you can. If you can't get to the happy chicken, it's okay. They're all dead in the end. They're all sad chickens in the end.
All sad chickens in the end.
And if you have a capacity to be vegan, vegetarian, get your veggies in first.
Don't eat the chicken if you don't have to.
I mean, kudos to all the vegans and vegetarians. I mean, the ones that aren't just eating like French fries, like the ones that are doing it in a healthy way. Yeah. Like I'm so in awe with those people. Like
I wish I had the time, more time
so
to do so.
We should actually get Carolina on here because she went through that whole process. She actually started cooking in people's houses and giving them recipes on how like vegan meals.
She's a vegan?
Well, I don't know where she is in her stage right now, but
I
for
saw
a
her
very
yesterday, by the way.
long time, she was cooking in other people's houses and like vegan meals. And
Lena, we have to have you here. You have to teach us.
it's gonna happen.
So let's jump back to what the conclusion of my. So I focused on the chicken. Apparently, I ate not happy chicken, but I was able to lose. but I was able to lose 20 pounds and down a little bit more than that.
Yay.
Would like to not be a 14. Like I'm somewhere between a 14 and a 12 when it comes to shopping, and it's a lot easier to be a 12 when you're shopping versus a 14. I don't care either way.
Like in the stores, you
Don't
mean?
go in Palm Beach Garden. That's a new store, which is amazingly, it's really nice, popular, and it's beautiful clothing. But I am like a 12 apparently there, and it's very depressing.
Interesting. Like
A
in
10
one store.
10 and a 12, the only place. Everywhere else, I'm like a 4, or sometimes a 2 or a 6.
That's so weird that you like go into one store and you're just like your world is
I'm
turned
like
upside
10 or
down.
12 there. I'm like,
Okay.
Well, that's good to know because I'm bigger than you, so I probably wouldn't be able to shop at Aritzia. I'd probably need to do Aritzia online, and I do not do good with online shopping.
Online. I love online shopping.
I don't like it because I pick out stuff, and like what I'll pick out in the store will be different than what I would pick out online. So
Interesting. Why?
I also am not the best at returning stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah,
you
you
have to
have
make
to
the
be really
commitment
good
to
at that.
return.
yeah, so like I go to I've got my one thing. I go there. Like I know that I can go to J. Crew, like the shirt, and get something.
There are places where you go and you know for sure your size is
Yeah.
most likely
Be there,
gonna
yeah.
be
I
there.
wish I had more. Like for some reason I can do the thrift store, but like the idea of going to Marshalls or something like that feels overwhelming to me.
Because like everything's mixed in everything. It's like it is overwhelming for me at least.
Yeah.
But at least at the thrift store, there's no like it's a free fall. It's just a fun.
I don't have time for if I go to a store, in my mind it's only 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, if I don't find something,
I'm the same way.
out the door. I don't have the patience to spend hours. I don't even go to the mall. I go to the mall to return something. Like I don't have the time to spend an hour or 2 hours working here and there and leave with nothing in my hand.
I get anxiety. So I don't know what it is, but there's something about like shopping in large places that are enclosed. I'm the same way. Within 10 to 20 minutes, if I'm not out of the store, there's something wrong and I need to leave anyway.
I'm like a raider. I go and
I've
nothing that I like out.
I've taken clothes into a dressing room, got so overwhelmed that I only tried on half the clothes. I'm like, I need to leave now.
It's stressful.
I gotta pull this back to chicken.
yeah,
So
we're-
I got the 20
yeah.
ounce. I got my cholesterol's down, kind of where it was before. The triglycerides and all that, it's improved. I'm still working on it. Still going to the Weight Watchers. Still grilling the chicken. Maybe I'll try some happy chicken next time.
I'll give you the address for the green market.
But the thing is, because I was doing this grilling with my dad, because he showed me how to do it, and we kind of got a habit, or I got the skills of it. I actually did the chicken at the Pig Jig 2 years in a row.
Okay.
1 year I got 17th. The next year I got 27th. But the more important thing, which I went back and forth on mentioning this, I'm going to go there. The more important thing is that I beat Josh, which is my cousin's ex-husband.
That was the goal.
Because Josh was so overwhelmed because he was doing it pretty much all by himself. So he didn't get the chicken in. So I beat Josh. And this year, I still try. My goal is still to beat Josh. But he's a professional caterer, so he has a business in
the food industry.
In North Florida.
Okay.
Or just to get my chicken in there and not be last place. So every time was like middle of the pack, and I'm just doing like chicken breast, boneless chicken breast, which is the least desirable of all, like tastiness cuts of chicken. Healthy wise, it's the best, but tasty, it's just boring, isn't I'll get out. So we got good. I will say that now I'm more in my dino nugget era versus my grilling era. Or I'm not at your level. I wish I could be.
It's easy, I promise you.
I'm sorry, but that's gourmet. That's gourmet chicken nuggets.
It's not. I don't have a lot of time to cook. It's truly very easy to do and very quick.
Dino nuggies, I open back.
You just have to do the ground chicken with whatever spices, have the flour, just put it in there and direct to the pan. And that's it.
It sounds like a lot to clean. I'm sorry. That does not sound easy.
And you fry it too. You don't put it in an air fryer?
No. Well, you could. I don't fry it. I just put in a little bit of olive oil.
So you saute.
I saute.
So do we have time to get into anything else? I think.
What do you want to bring up? What's the last thing you want to
what's the
bring
most
up?
important thing you want to talk about?
I'm looking at this. Have you ever turned like an intentional habit or intentional thing that took effort that you do every day into a habit, and what were the results? Like other than just the meal prep, do you have anything other than chicken that kind of relates to this?
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to business, to working out. I've been doing consistently now yoga for a few months, and I love it, and I can feel the difference in my body and my mind. It's just mental and physical health. And I transitioned from like boot camp, harder workouts to more like quieter, like Zen kind
meditation,
of workout. Yeah, but it's also hard because it's hot yoga. You have to, there's a lot of, Carolina was there yesterday.
Oh, there you
I
go.
went to the class with her yesterday. She's going to be teaching the class I go to next week forward. But, it's creating like just by going once or twice a week. My goal is 3 to 4 times, but by just starting maybe once a week at least, creating that routine, it builds into something bigger. It always does. Just starting with something small.
Yeah, I was doing the run club and the Sailfish Brewing up where I live, and I don't run. I walk the run club. And I go through periodic spats of like when I show up to run club, and I was good for like 2 weeks, and then we recorded on Tuesday, so I didn't make it back the time. Now I have a conflict with Tuesdays, so I can no longer start the new category of the run club. So now my goal is to find one class, one exercise thing to do regularly throughout the week. I'm not putting more of an onus on myself than that. So hopefully I can make it to something, even if it's just a habit of I walk outside of my building and I walk around. Like I walk a block and then come back. Like I want like little babies, like things. I want to make things as easy as possible. I'm not going to be gourmet nuggies. I might do like gourmet junior. But I also have looked at like the different things at the Aldi, and the dino nuggies at the Aldi is one of the better choices.
But it has canola oils and gums. That's not good for you.
You can tell me about that in another time. It's kind of like I'll listen to it. It's kind of like I'll listen to it.
And wheat and gluten and the bad one.
I'll listen to it. I'll do the best I can, but I'll still probably
not seed oils. Please.
Oh my God. You're the crunchiest granola person right at this moment. I love you.
Sorry, I had to turn to this person.
I don't know if I'm
honestly because of health issues.
Yeah.
And the family.
I mean, I get it.
Eat clean.
Yeah.
And I looked at every single, sometimes I go to the store. If I go to Publix, this is most likely that will happen. I buy something that looks good on the label. When I turn it and I read the ingredients, I leave with nothing in my hands, the store. Because a lot of the stuff, they have to read the ingredients. Yeah.
I mean, with our food industry today, it makes it hard to find healthy options because you think it is, and then you have to literally go on a research journey and find out that it's not. And it's so annoying.
Especially if you have health conditions that you have to accommodate for.
Food related.
I will say, like, if you're trying to do healthy on a budget, Aldi has a lot of great options that are like, if you look at the label, they're very like 1 or 2 ingredients.
We should definitely do an Aldi trip with her reading the ingredients on the back.
So like, look at the Aldi.
Basically, if you can understand what the ingredient is about, that's not a good thing. But if
I know it is a good thing. If you cannot understand. Okay.
That's not a good thing.
Just do the best you can. Make what you can. Just do the best you can. Do whatever's in your budget. If you're like me, you're just in a basic Aldi world, Publix world, Walmart world, just do the best. Just do the best you can.
The every girl.
And then also make the tiny little changes you can to change your life. Now, if you can't go to hot yoga once a week, maybe you do downward dog once a week.
Does it get
maybe
smelly?
Just go to the beach.
Does it get smelly in hot yoga?
A little bit. People are sweating.
Yeah. I would just think like it smells like I don't know, middle schoolers.
I live there like I can't even describe it. It's like completely.
Yeah, all the toxins are out.
But it feels so good.
I get that. It could feel good afterwards that you got rid of all the toxins, but you're also in like a classroom full of prepubescent teens that haven't discovered deodorant. So I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't smell.
You don't smell other people?
Other people's that bad. No,
okay, because I haven't
in general,
been.
it's a hot room.
Okay.
It's 100 degrees and people are sweating. The smell is not like this room now, right?
Yeah.
But
yes, and if you can't afford hot yoga, you can just walk outside.
Do it outside on the grass. That's fine.
Do it outside on the grass. You'll accomplish the grounding instead of purchasing a grounding mat. You can just go outside and do some yoga. And if you can't do any other yoga, just lay on the ground.
Or you just lay on the beach.
Or
something different.
Yeah, I mean the beach. Yeah. If you can't get to the beach, just lay on some grass, any place.
Just go to a lake then.
Yeah, lake.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to our chicken episode.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was fun, it's refreshing, and we finally did it.
Yeah, we did the chicken episode.
And as always, we are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can connect with us there. If you like what you hear or listen or watch, you can also subscribe and like. We'll really appreciate it. And also leave a review.
Leave a review.
We have to get to 100 reviews. So
Apparently.
yeah, please. Be grateful if you leave a review on Apple Podcasts, ideally. So we'll
Thank you
see you
so
next
much.
time. Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
Real Pink Diaries. That was our best one yet.
Thank you for listening. We had so much fun, and we'll look forward to spending time with you in the next episode.
Please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Real Pink Diaries. You can also find us on YouTube. Check out our show notes for additional ways to connect with us.
See you next time.
Bye.